thought it was a stand.
This is a shirt that my wife made me when we went to Universal Studios to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to talk all about Harry Potter and Universal, so buckle in for the next 7 minutes.
All right.
Warner Brothers took a really big risk casting 3 11-year-olds that have never been in anything else to star in the multi-billion-dollar Harry Potter franchise. Can you imagine if Disney was in charge of that? Casted like Shia LaBeouf, Zac Efron, and Miley Cyrus. Those movies would have been a lot different. Miley Cyrus, instead of being named Hannah Montana or Hermione Granger, I think her name would have been like Hemorrhoid Danger. Some movies you can freeze frame and you can see the sound boom or the camera in a reflection. These movies you wouldn't even have to freeze frame and you see drugs and Miley's Bieber in every shot. In the end of the movie, the bad guys win because all our heroes are in rehab. And I just see Miley using her wand as a sex toy, but it getting stuck, causing her to start twerking all over the place. The actual actors that did Harry Potter are doing great for themselves, though. Emma Watson's been in 20 different things. Rupert Grint plays Ron, has been in 28 different things. And Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, has been in 26 different things. Wait, what? The Ginger has been in more than Watson or Harry Potter? What the fuck's up with that? So I get on Internet Movie Database, and I find out of the 28 things that Rupert Grint has been in, 8 have been the Harry Potter movies, 8 have been the Harry Potter video games. Samuel L. Jackson voices everything, and he's only done 5 video games. Come on, Rupert. I found out Universal's interested. Skipping ahead here. Hold on. Of the 28 things he's been in, another 4 have been clips for rides at Universal Studios, the different Harry Potter rides. I was a little disappointed since I was going to Universal to find out Rupert Grint was the only one that could do the voices. They couldn't get Harry or Hermione because they were actually making real movies. Trailers for their movies are longer than his clips were for the rides. But I was confident that they could get somebody who looked and sounded like Harry and Hermione, because I saw this YouTube video where this guy did 6 Game of Thrones voices just perfectly. So I'm thinking Universal can get Harry and Hermione. Now, I hired Rupert Grint to do all 3 roles. Harry Potter World was so detailed and magical that I let my inner child go and I started pretending I was actually in the movies. It's so awesome. The portraits all moved. There was a wizard doing a water trick with his wand, and an owl came up to me to deliver a letter. And I snapped back to reality and I realized that wasn't an owl, it was a seagull, and that wasn't a letter. It was shit. Also, the guy doing a water trick with his wand was just a dude in Nocturne Alley spelling his name on a wall. I guess he was a little confused because in that Wizarding World of Harry Potter, that instead of female and male, they write witch and wizard on the door. So he got a little confused. He didn't know which he was. It made me wonder, if you get a sex change in the wizarding world, does your witch-wizard classification change as well as gender? And is it still still in operation, or can they just use spells like Dickius Begonius or Vaginal and Vertial? Me and my wife were at Universal, and the first day we were there, we saw this 400-pound woman struggling to get into a seat. It was the only ride she could get on in the park. It was her scooter. She kind of looked like what I imagined a hippogriff to be. Before I found out a hippogriff was half griffin, half horse. I thought it was half hippo, half Peter Griffin. As she's riding around, she whispers to her son, and I overhear, "Don't worry, another 5 years and they'll be able to hook up our scooters so we can get on the rides too." I'm just thinking to myself, getting into the seat's only half the problem. You still have heart attacks and back and neck pain and I don't know. There's another thing they say before the rides, diabetes or something. What got me, though, is she said this to her son, who wasn't on his own scooter. He was riding on her lap as they were going around the park. The kid was like 12 years old. I really hope for his next birthday he gets his own scooter. Maybe it's not too late. She can get him to walk around, escape her fates. But then I saw, as she was eating her smoked turkey leg, the way she was looking at her son, or as she was fattening him up to eat him, Terminus style. Everything there was overpriced, but there were still a few things that I bought. One was a extendable wand. It was a selfie stick. I used it to beat other people's kids if they wouldn't. The other thing I bought, which I really regret, was I wasn't really bought. I traded 51 cents to destroy a penny in a penny press. It's like putting money in to see something cool happen and then getting the wasted byproduct back. And there's people that collect those. I looked online, there's 80 different designs at Universal. You'd have to pay $40.80 to destroy them all. Last thing here is, my wife insisted we go on the scariest ride on the first day and the last day. It was Southwest. Dream about hippogriffs. Thanks for having me.